Hey there, beautiful souls. Hello and welcome to any and all newcomers, and of course those returning to the channel. This is Universal Wisdom Tarot and your June monthly general intuitive tarot reading. Now, as always, please remember, not all messages will resonate with everyone, as they are general intuitive readings for the collective. I'm holding my second contest of 2025 this month, so if you are interested in that, then stick around to the end of the video when I will tell you how you can participate, which is 100% free for you, by the way, and so is the prize, 100% free. When we talk about the key astrological highlights of this month, we can't go without speaking about lucky planet Jupiter, which moves into its favorite sign of Cancer on June 9th. Jupiter in Cancer asks us to expand our emotions and to be open with our sentiments. We'll be able to nurture others through acts of compassion and, equally importantly, to care for ourselves too. Jupiter will remain in Cancer until June 30th, 2026. This is one of the most fortunate periods of Jupiter's cycle, as it's considered at its strongest when it's in this water sign. This means that this mighty planet can distribute its greatest blessings, luck, and opportunities to the entire world, regardless of one's individual zodiac sign. Within a few days, however, Jupiter will square Saturn in Aries. This will be the third and final square in a series that began in August 2024. This square is particularly significant because it will be joined by Neptune, which is a rare celestial event. This may very likely manifest itself as unexpected challenges and opportunities for creative problem solving. So let's dive now into your tarot messages and see what other opportunities lie ahead for you. I will see you soon when I catch you on the other side of this video. All right, beautiful souls. This is a reading for the sun, moon, and the rising sign of Aries. How you doing, Aries? How you doing? Okay. We are going to dive right into your tarot messages for the month of June. All right. And I will begin by giving thanks to the angels, spirits, guides, and the universe for the messages they provide and for assisting me in interpreting the messages for the highest vibrational good of my Aries seekers. All right. Can I have 4 cards, please, for Aries for the month of June? It's a 9 of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Swords. You have the Tower. But you have the 6 of Wands. That's kind of interesting. All right. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Fool card. So I want to start by actually talking about the fact that it appears to me that you are starting the month with your financial career, perhaps situation, having been improved or improving more than it has been perhaps in the past, dear Aries. You have that Nine of Pentacles being the card of having some financial success, right? Feeling that you are financially steady, financially sound, financially really having some security wealth-wise. But also there's, if you notice, a lot of green on that card. There's a lot of grapes around this character, which is a symbol of abundance, right? Financial independence, but the rewards are coming because of some efforts that you've made. And so I feel that you have, or if you, or will be in this month, trying to find creative ways to make your income increase it, make that dough rise, baby, is what I want to say. Now, one of the key things I do want to say to you, because you do have the Tower in here a little bit as it relates to the finances, is that because you're also this Fool, you're feeling kind of carefree and saying, okay, I've got a lot of money, I'm ready to go out and do some things and have some fun and take chances and take a leap of faith and what have you. But I do find it is very important not to take that nice little nest egg that you have and overspend. So you have to be sort of, you'll find creative ways to make money. You have the Six of Wands there, which is, recognizing that everything is pretty good this month for you. But I would just say, don't spend it as quickly as it is coming in the door, my dear friends, okay? This is where that Queen of Swords becomes important. It would be wise to have a smart budget, if you will, and that will prevent you from really trying to be a little bit too extravagant, okay? So I would say, you've got a nice little nest egg starting, finding ways to make money, use your head about it, be smart, but make a nice little spreadsheet or a little budget for yourself, because there is that Tower there that could be a bit of a monkey wrench in your situation financially. But I would say that at the end of the month, things are the conditions are good. They are ideal if you are looking for, I want to say, maybe purchasing some property for somebody, or updating your property, improving your home, making your home sort of the place to be, is what I want to say for somebody. But I feel that there is I'm feeling quite good that you're luckier than usual in this month. But I would also say that you are having that Fool energy, which means you're going out there without a care in the world, and that's great. You just have to be a little bit careful, just that little hair, if you will, of being careful in terms of not overspending, okay? Yeah, okay, let's get into your clarifiers. Okay, let's look at this Nine of Pentacles, please. Tell me about the Nine of Pentacles. That, as I said, is a lot of stability. It's a lot of independence, and it's a lot of independence financially. Now, it could be also independence in just your love life or your home life. It's just being independent, an independent person. But it is the Suit of Pentacles, which is money, career, finance, resources in the material world. So I would say it is more that case for most of you, all right? Just a message of that. You have the Eight of Swords here. So I'm going to say to you that this desire to increase or improve your finances, this desire to be more financially sound, I feel like it's coming from having been tied down in the past. This Eight of Swords, having been unable to be financially free or unable to be as carefree as you have been or will be with this Fool in the month of June, right? So the Fool is the energy of, I don't care what's going on. I don't care what anybody says. I'm just going to go out and start this journey. I'm going to go out and do what I really want to do for myself, and I'm going to do this with taking a leap of faith, or I'm being open, or I'm being like a child, right? There's the innocence of the child in the Fool. But for you, I feel like that has really come from having been tied down before. So you may have been in some kind of financial debt. You may have felt like you weren't making enough money. And now there is this desire to improve. All right? Okay, what else do I need to tell you here? Anything else, angels, spirits, guides? Okay, no, let's continue to clarify. Thank you very much, truly grateful. All right, so let's continue to clarify this Nine of Pentacles. Tell me about this independence, this wealth, this stability, this, Five of Cups. You see, I think there was a disappointment in the past. Maybe you wanted to go out and travel. Maybe you wanted to go out and be with somebody. Maybe you couldn't go to lunch with your friends because you were not as financially sound. And now this, having been tied down, this disappointments financially, finally are the kicker, if you will. They're the kick in the pants to say, enough, get a budget going, get my finances in gear, do what I want to do, so that later in the year, or later, whatever, maybe later in the month or later in the year, you can maybe take a trip, right? I feel like you are going to be a little bit firm in this desire to resolve these issues, financial issues, I feel. And I feel like you've decided this is it. You're putting your attention here, and you are going for broke on that, really. Okay, give me one more clarifier, please, for the Nine of Pentacles. Devil. Okay, boy, oh boy. You guys had the devil riding you, or the devil will be riding you in this month in terms of that. Oh boy, okay. You are going to perhaps maybe have a tendency to want to overspend. It wasn't it wasn't a coincidence that I was getting this message of don't overspend as quickly as it comes in the door. If you are all of a sudden making far more money than you ever did before, yes, it's fun to go out and go, oh, okay, I can go out to eat a few more times a week than I used to. But you have to be careful, because that might not last for a long time. Who knows? All right. Just be careful. The devil is there. There is the disappointment, and there is the 8, which tells me either A, you are coming from that situation and now you want to make more money, or B, you're coming from that situation, you want to make more money, but now you're going to go for broke because you're making more money. So just be a little wise there. That is why that Queen of Swords is there, right? Queen of Swords says basically, use your head, be assertive, get all the facts, write yourself a budget. That would be the facts on what's coming in and what's going out, keeping a little track of all of that, taking a no-nonsense approach to being efficient with this money, okay? I also feel, though, for somebody that, I do feel for somebody else that with this Fool, there's an energy, and the Queen of Swords, there's an energy here of somebody's boundaries are being tested. Now, is that financially? Maybe. Is that in other ways? Possibly. Okay? But I feel like you need to be firm, because I feel like there is a risk of being treated like a doormat. Okay, that's the other thing. I have to get that out there as well. I am feeling that more for the latter part of the month, though. All right, I don't know who that message is for specifically, but I would say that's a message that needs to be given. Okay, the other thing that I'm feeling for somebody else here is if it's not your finances that you're going to be strict about, it is your health regime. I'm feeling that as well. I'm feeling like, oh, you have some money, so sometimes when we have some money, we want to go out, we want to eat, we want to go to restaurants more, we want to go to the bar more. That's a lot of calories, a lot of sugar, a lot of what have you. And then what tends to happen is next thing you know, our health will start to suffer. So I feel like there is also a desire here to, I wouldn't say just overspend, it's overindulge. All right. So don't overindulge. You may need a new health regime. You may start one. And I feel like if you do start one in this month, your energy will be supercharged and there is the victory here. So I would say that. So Queen of Swords is giving me a lot of different energies here. Let's clarify. Have the Moon card, which just says, sometimes we don't see things as clearly as we think we do. Just get the facts. Get the clarity of mind. Get the knowledge that you require to either find a good way to manage this. I would say choose wisely. Choose wisely what you're doing with your money. All right? Yeah, okay, let's continue to clarify that Queen of Swords. Yeah, Ace of Swords. There is a card of saying you're getting ideas, you're getting thoughts in your head, you're getting this new thoughts, new innovation, new ideas coming to the forefront of your mind. This might be saying, hey, now that I've got money, I can do this, or hey, now that I've got money, I can do that, or hey, if I save my money, I can do this, and hey, if I actually save some money, I could do that. All right, so I feel like you are starting to claim your power a little bit, either because of this financial increase, or even if it is you're getting back your health, getting back into a health regime, and you're choosing wisely. As I said, this is where you're going to start to claim your power, and you're grasping that Ace of Swords. All right, one more clarifier for the Queen of Swords, please. Yeah, Star card turns out beautiful, right? Remaining very optimistic, open about it, right? Feeling very, very good about your potential here. In the sort of middle of the month, you have the Tower card. So I just want to say that this is sort of where I'm getting this idea that boundaries are going to be tested for somebody. I feel like sort of 1 or 2 days in the month that something might just flare up. And I don't even feel like it's a big deal, because if you look at all the other cards are great. It's just this sort of this middle of the month. I want to say, you're telling me the 15th, so I'll throw it out there. But around that time, 13, 14, 15, 16, I would say somewhere like that, somewhere in there, I would say that you have to be careful, because there is the Tower. The Tower is a surprise. The Tower is a shock. The Tower is a breakdown somewhere. And this is where I feel like you come up against someone or something in particular that is a test of your boundaries. Now, that could still be financially, that could be relationship-wise, but I feel it more financially. Okay, so this is where you might have a shock if you are spending it faster. If you're spending your money a lot faster than it's coming in, then all of a sudden you get these bills and you go, oh, I forgot. I had those bills. Oh my God, now I have no money. All right, there could be a bit of a shock there, but I feel like you're Your boundaries are being tested in some way, shape, or form. And you need to be firm. You need to be firm. Now, it could be that you or someone you're with says, hey, you got a lot of money. Let's go spend it here. Let's blow it there. Let's go on this trip. Let's go on that trip. But you've realized that you want to save your money for something. And I feel like somebody is saying here, no, I'm not spending my money willy-nilly on that. No, we'll go on a trip, but not right away. We'll go on a trip next year. Let's save some money for whatever. All right? So I feel like you need to be firm. There is a risk that if you're not firm, then somebody's going to be spending your money for you. Okay? I don't know why I'm getting these messages, but when they give them to me, I have to give them to you, whoever they're for. All right, let's clarify that tower, because boy, oh boy, is there going to be a shock coming your way. A bit of a shock, bit of a surprise. All right, now I do feel it's related to somebody that you're with. There's the Two of Cups. It has to do with a relationship. It may have to do with a love relationship, all right, and the way that money is spent in that relationship. Let's continue to clarify. What's that tower? Tell me what that tower is all about. Knight of Swords. Going quickly, perhaps. Going too quickly, right? Going and splurging money on somebody, because that's what we do sometimes when we're in a fresh new relationship. We go and we buy little gifts for each other, and we want to go and have little weekends away, little weekend trips together. And maybe, you know, we want to spend money and take them out all the time, or, you know, and then we realize that if we're doing that and then all of a sudden we don't have money for the things that we really need, like our bills or whatever, that's a bit of a shock. And then that person is always expecting that, you know, this is how it's always going to be. You keep buying me gifts. Well, I expect you to keep buying me gifts. Okay? So just don't go so fast. Slow the horses down. Be wise, as I said. Make wise choices. Choose your battles wisely. There is always a way to show attention to somebody that doesn't have to be, you know, involving money. Going out for a nice walk on a beach somewhere. That's a good way to show the person that you care and costs nothing. Going for a walk in the park with them, right? Taking, I don't know, a frisbee and having fun, or taking, you know, going outside and even just a little picnic somewhere in the woods, or, you know, something that you enjoy to do, showing that you care, but you're not having to be extravagant with, you know, buying, you know, jewelry or clothing or what have you for that other person. All right. Okay, one more clarifier for that tower. I feel though like you have to give them some attention, this relationship. So you can carve out time for that, but I would just say again, just, you know, there's ways of showing them that you care without necessarily having to spend a ton of money on them. There's the Ace of Cups. That is exactly what I'm saying. There are ways to show you love somebody. There are ways to show somebody you care about them. There are ways to show somebody that they mean something to you. All right. Now, at the end of the month here, we have this Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is victory, right? There's recognition here for you. So, you know, if you are spending money on somebody, or you perhaps are, you will, you know, there will be some thank yous and some you are very generous acknowledgments here. But I'm also feeling for other people that this is a self acknowledgement of, I'm so glad I started to pay off my debts. I'm so glad that I took the steps that I took here. Here's the Knight of Pentacles saying every little step counts. Every little bit of paying down debt works in your favor. Even if you say this month, I'm just going to pay a few more dollars off the minimum payment of something. All right. You're going to be proud of yourself is what I'm feeling here for somebody. Yes, 7 of Wands, feeling more confident that the noose is not so tightly around your neck. It's nice to have money, particularly if you're finding great ways to make more money and increase your revenue. And it feels great when we do, and then we go, okay, well, now let's just spend. But that is the word of warning, is to be careful and not spend more than you have. All right, let's get you a clarifier now, or a clarifier, sorry. Let's get you an oracle. Let's get you an oracle card, my dear Aries, from the Sacred Forest Oracle. Let's see what the oracle wants to tell. Message for Aries, please. What would you like to tell Aries for the month of June? Okay, there's like 10 cards here. I can't do that. Let's try that again. Okay. All right, your card is out. It is Maple Spirit number 23, and it says generosity. Maple Spirit, generosity. All right, let me just read to you real quickly from the book, number 23. And it says, the spirit of the maple says, be open to receive the bounty of the universe. At the same time, be generous with others and with yourself. A warmth of spirit radiates from you. Share from your heart and receive with an open heart, and success will blossom. Absolutely. I'm sure you are going to be generous, especially if you have, an increase in finances here. Just be careful in that third week there, my friends. All right. Okay, so now I'm just going to let you know that if you are interested in my contest this month, the prize is a personal tarot reading. The prize is free, 100% free. Okay, and everything you need to do to be eligible is free. So here's what you need to do. First, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have already, bonus, don't click the button again because you'll unsubscribe. All right. Second thing is to click the like button. And then the third thing is to leave me just a heart emoji in the comments box. All right. Now, if for some reason you can't find the emojis, your emojis aren't working on your device, then just write the words "sending out love to the world" in the comments box. All right. Okay, so do that. Then you'll be eligible for the contest, and subscribe. And if you haven't, I don't know what you're waiting for, because it's free. Okay, and then of course the bonus is you won't miss any future videos of this channel. All right, my loved ones, I will leave your reading there. I do hope there was something in it that resonated. I'll see you again very soon, my friends. Until then, please know I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.